All right, today we're diving into a fascinating, real-world stress test for the future of self-driving cars. This wasn't some planned experiment in a lab or on a closed course. No, this happened on the chaotic streets of a major city, and it put two totally different technologies head-to-head. Let's get into it.
I mean, it's a great question, right? It's something you probably don't even think about until it happens. When all the traffic lights just go dark and the city grid fails, how does a robotaxi, a literal robot on wheels, even react? Does it have the smarts to figure it out, or does it just freeze up? So picture this: San Francisco. A power outage hits, and suddenly parts of the city are plunged into darkness and total confusion. For all the self-driving cars out there, this wasn't just a minor hassle. It became this critical pop quiz exam of what they're truly capable of. Okay, so first up, let's look at Waymo's fleet. The source material we're looking at today details exactly what happened when its super advanced system ran into this completely unexpected problem. Now, to really get what happened next, you have to understand the tech. The source describes Waymo's system as rule-based LiDAR. The easiest way to think about it is like a driver who has a perfect, super detailed map and a very strict rulebook. It uses lasers to see everything and drives based on a pre-programmed set of instructions for pretty much any situation it expects to see. And here's what happened. According to this analysis, when the blackout created a situation that wasn't in the rulebook, dark traffic lights, confused human drivers doing unpredictable things, the entire Waymo fleet just stopped. The cars literally came to a halt right where they were, clogging up roads and basically showing the limits of a system that really relies on a pre-written script. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Let's turn to the other side of this. There was another major player out on the exact same streets at the exact same time, and its reaction was, reportedly, the complete opposite. The source material calls Tesla's approach end-to-end learning. So instead of that strict rulebook, this system is all camera-based, and it learns how to drive by watching billions of miles of real humans driving. The whole goal is for the AI to develop something like an intuition for driving, kind of like how you and I learned. So, what was the outcome for this system? The author states that Tesla's full self-driving software just kept on going no problem. It was able to navigate through those chaotic, powerless intersections and really showed it could adapt on the fly. So what this really boils down to are two fundamentally different philosophies, two different ways of thinking about how to build an AI brain that can operate in the real world. Let's break that down a little. You see, this isn't just a simple debate about LiDAR versus cameras. The source argues it's much deeper. It's about how the AI actually thinks. On one side, you have this very structured, logic-based brain that just follows a script, and on the other, you have a more neural, almost organic brain that has to improvise based on its past experiences. This table here really lays it all out perfectly. It connects the tech directly to the outcome. Look on the left. Waymo's rule-based LiDAR is described as a brain that follows a strict script. When it hit a scene that wasn't on the script, the blackout, the result was paralysis. Now look at the right. Tesla's end-to-end learning is presented as a brain that acts more on intuition, an intuition developed from tons of data. And in this crazy situation, that allowed it to adapt to the chaos. This quote from the source material really just nails the argument it's making. The main takeaway here is that to handle these weird, unforeseen edge cases like a blackout, you need something more than just a perfect set of rules. You need a kind of learned, adaptable intelligence. So this one single event in San Francisco, it's being used by the source as way more than just an interesting data point. It's being presented as proof of concept for a much bigger prediction about the future. And this is the crucial point. The source presents this as more than just one company's car outperforming another's. It makes the really bold claim that this event proves that the end-to-end learning approach is now statistically safer than a human driver and, importantly, that it's ready to be scaled up, big time. And that next step? Well, they put a date on it. The source pinpoints 2026 as the year it all starts to change. That's a very specific prediction, and it's right around the corner. And here's the roadmap they lay out. Step 1, which the author argues is already done, is proving the system is safer than us. Step 2 is hitting go on mass production in 2026. That then leads to Step 3. Governments see the safety data and start lifting regulations. And the final step? A huge supply of this physical AI that completely changes transportation and, well, the world. So the source doesn't just end with an observation. It concludes with this really powerful call to action. It's framing this technology not just as a cool engineering project, but as an urgent investment opportunity in a force that's going to change everything.
And that really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? Is the future of AI in our physical world going to be one of strict, predictable rules, or one of adaptable, learned intuition? That blackout in San Francisco gave us one fascinating real-world clue, but the larger question of which path we're ultimately going to follow, well, that's still very much up in the air.